Alright. I think I have this down. I'm finding a way to poor network connection. Let's go this way. Boom. Ha! I think that's working. It's never wrong. What's the that? Dirt. Alright. Anywho. Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Friday the 13th. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do one. I love Friday the 13th. I love Jason Voorhees, and I like making Friday the 13th masks. If you've been on this page, then you have definitely seen them. So, what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to do a fun little Friday the 13th Jason mask build, but not just any one. I'm going to do like a Crystal Lake Customs. If you've seen the ones I've done before, I did an NES. I did a like Thanos like Gauntlet inspired one. I did one if Venom was taking it over, and Voltron one. Give me 1 second. So tonight, I'm going to be doing a fun little thing. My son loves, and I love it too, Teen Titans Go, and we just finally got to watch Teen Titans Go to the movies. And one of my favorite characters on there, because I like characters with masks, especially ones that are like hard masks and whatnot, because that's what I deal with mostly, is Slade. Slade Wilson. I also just so happen to have these guys. Orange and black masks. I don't care. Go away. Anyway, so I have these guys. So I'm going to take one of these, and then I'm going to take one of these guys, and I'm going to make a Slade Voorhees mask. So this is going to be fun, and I'm doing it live right now. So if you guys want to watch me, here we go. Flip this, put this down here. So that'll be the area. I'll try to keep anything from going below. Nothing below here. I'm trying to get all my stuff done that way. Cool. I really haven't thought of any rhyme or reason on how I'm going to be building this, but that's normally how I do things. I usually just build it, and then the aftermath, like in post-editing, is when I explain what I did. So there may be some trial and error and whatnot, and that's cool. But, Slade's simple. It's 1/2 orange, 1/2 black. The face will be hidden. Eyes are hidden on the black side, since he doesn't really need that eye anyway. So there's that. And so I'm thinking I'll probably cut this mask in half and attach it to this guy instead of having to piece them both together, and just do it that wise. And when I do it, I'm thinking I'll have I'm going to do the holes on this side, but I'm going to carve out an area and have the chevrons on this side. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so what do I need to do first? I'm going to cut it, and so that I don't do too much. These masks that I got are I I got them on sale at the Oriental Trading website. They were practically like 10 cents a mask. And because of that, you can't really use a cutting wheel or scissors on them because they're very brittle, so they pop. What I did find out though is this heat gun will cut through without doing any real damage, extra damage to the mask. I love making damaged masks. So, yeah, no, poor network connection. So, I'm going to see what exactly I can do with this and get it opened up. I've been working on a couple other things, been making some fake fingers and whatnot. I did a special crown for the current IWA Mid-South King of the Death Matches carver of Cutter's Alley. So can't wait for him to get that. He's going to take it and do like a little photo op with it and stuff, and then everybody will get to see what it looks like. Only a select few have actually seen what it's looked like. And working on some miniatures and whatnot for a new project working on. It's only going to be available on 2 different channels right now, ZPWN and High Spots Wrestling Network, where my gimmick Vinny Ratlock will be doing horror hosting, so that's gonna be fun. So, let's see if this, we're almost there. It's heating up still. I pretty much know where the middle is, but just in case, I'll mark it with this. This is where I find out that I don't know where the middle is. Woo. Okay, so I'm going to do the cut now. Cut or the melt, whatever you want to call it. Get this out of the way first. Here we go. I got some ventilation going on, because you definitely don't want to do this in a non-ventilated area. And my line may not be even, may look a little rough, but that's how I like doing my stuff anyway. If you've ever seen any of my masks or artwork, it's not very clean, it's very chaotic. That's just how I do it. And you know, Slade's been in a couple of battles, especially if Slade and Jason are combined. There's definitely going to be some battle scars on this mask. And just like all my other masks, when this is done, it will be available for sale. So if you are watching this and you see this and you want it, definitely get a hold of me. Don't want to pull too hard. Because if I use too much force, I will cause the plastic to crack. When I originally bought these masks, I was setting up for a wrestling show like 2 years ago. And the show was actually going to be based on Friday the 13th lore. It was going to be called F13W. And I bought these because we were going to have a special VIP 50 masks. And they were going to be special VIP masks. Those people got front row seats. All the masks were going to be autographed by all the wrestlers there and whatnot. And unfortunately, the people I was supposed to be working with to get it done they went radio silent on me, and then later on tried to convince me that I was the one that dropped the ball on getting in touch with them. But they forgot is that I like to keep receipts, especially in the form of their emails they sent me. So, joke's on them. I'm going to get a pair of scissors out that I thought I had right here, but I don't. But I got these little nippers. I'm going to nip the rest of this off. Right now I'm just going to be doing the mask portion, because I do not have scraps on hand right now to do the head strap part of the mask. That's a shame. I usually like to go. I'm very impatient, especially with my art. A lot of people like my art. I love my art just because, you know, it's what I want to do. And when I do my paintings, I never let my art dry. I just keep constantly putting layers on it, smearing stuff around and stuff until I feel like I'm done. Then I sit down and I let it dry. And then after that, I may look at it again and see if I want to add anything else. A lot of times I don't. So there we go. There's the Slade half of the mask. Now I'm going to do a chevron here, and I'm going to do a chevron down here and carve it out so it'll be protruding through. Just keep this on over here. I'll draw it out with this marker. I'll be able to see it. That's what matters. So so I got those drawn. Now I'll carve them out. Still using this. I think it was, no, I didn't. Okay. Remember when I was a little kid, one of the biggest deals I made when I went to the Halloween store, my dad's like, "Oh, I got you this hockey mask. I got you a Jason mask." The first thing that came out of my mouth was that it wasn't a Jason mask because I never saw a chevron on it, which my dad thought was hilarious that I was being that exact. I was like, "It's gotta have a chevron, Dad, or it's not a Jason mask." This is the same method I used when I put the symbols and decorations on the Infinity Jason mask. And Jason was Thanos and decided he wanted to collect all the gems, and so all the gems were pieces of the chevrons, which you can find on this page. I have it done. Stuff. I ended up selling that at a convention for $85, I believe. And I do commissions as well, so if you see one of those and you like one that I've already done, or if you got an idea for a different one, hit me up. I'm always open to taking on commissions, especially if it's going to give me footage and I can film myself doing it, even going live. Ooh, yeah, molten plastic on my fingers. That stinks. Okay, so here is this piece right here. And there we go with that guy. So this part's pretty much done. with the carving. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the holes on this side. No chevrons, just the holes. Thought that might be fun. So I'll set him over here. And use this guy. I like to do it off of memory. Sometimes I'm a little off, but I'm pretty confident in where these holes go. So there's that. I don't know if I'll add, I always add the axe mark, but I don't know if I want to do that. I might do that later when I'm adding damage to it. And actually just use the big fat round part to punch the holes in. There you go. I'll just widen these out right here. I know I put probably one too many holes there. I just realized that, but oh well. So there's that half. Put it together. Now we'll be putting a piece of cloth or something over here to black this part of the face out. And I'll be blacking out the mouth and this top piece too. So there's that so far. That's kind of fun. There we go. Now what I'll probably do is some damage. I'll just do the damage with this, some scratches and whatnot. Just lightly drag it across. Do just a little bit of, there we go. Damage on the holes. Do a little hole right there and drag it down with a, lighten it up and just, there we go, there's that. Probably hole in there. Maybe do some edge damage down here. In here and down. Go up again. Go back down again. some damage there. Maybe that's a little bigger. That's fine. We're going to do some damage right here too. Since the mask is so flimsy though, I kind of don't want to go too deep in because, you know, just don't want to do a hole right here. Because usually the other people he's going to be battling, they got, you know, swords and whatnot too, so why not put some cuts and gashes in here. Especially around the nose. Alright, cool. So there's that. Go ahead and turn this off. Let that cool down. Let's see. There's another thought I had. So I was thinking, with it being as hot as it is, I could line everything up where it needs to go and do this with it. It's just a weird thought that I had. Thought it might work, and I also didn't like that it's not going to. But just what happens with trial and error. I've already committed, so I'm just going to keep going. So there's that. Put that back down. That's already cooling. This is what we got so far of it. Okay, so now do I have them with me? I don't think I do. I think what I'm actually going to do, even though I did those holes, I'll cover those holes up. I'm going to sand it down and use a glue on it and glue it that way. So, where is my sander? There we go. Sand this down really good. These are one of those sanding sponges. I love these. They're a little more abrasive than, like, you can see the difference. Taking the gloss right off it. Oh, odd noise. I'll do the same with this inside. In case it hasn't cooled down enough, we're gonna put that somewhere else. Sit over here for now. Okay. Alright, so I got that done. And the next thing to do for this guy is to glue it in place. So I gotta remember where I put my glue. I haven't done it yet, but I also know I need to go through here and clean all of where I did this stuff. That's the thing, this is sharp, but I said earlier today, I was like, I want to do this, and not once did I even think, man, I should sit down and actually think this out. But that's how I like doing it, just because if and something goes wrong, I will sometimes just end up scrapping the project and never looking back onto it. That's why I do like doing projects where I don't know what I'm doing, I just have a quick idea of it. And I'm going to get a little sander for my Dremel. Just get all this sanded down on the inside in a little bit. That's just extra cosmetic stuff right now. I tell a lot of my people, you can wear these masks, but I prefer, if you're going to buy one off me, that you have it just on the wall for display only. But, you know, once it's out of my hands, if they want to put it on and go nuts with it, and just don't get mad at me if you break it, because, you know, I put forth the time to make it look good, but not enough time to make it durable. I guess that's my fault. I don't know. I actually had a wrestler, he had me make him a mask, and one of the first things he did was he got himself in a match where he was wearing the mask. And it was a Friday the 13th part 8. And he wore the mask. First thing he did was had a guy hit him in the face with a chair. As soon as the guy hit in the head with the chair, mask splits. You know, like I did in part 7. But he comes back, he's like, well, I want a refund. I was like, well, you didn't tell me you're going to wear it to wrestle. And he's like, well, yeah, I'm a wrestler. I'm like, yeah, but, you know, people have masks that they'll come out wearing, but they take it off before the match. And I thought that's what you were going to do. Joke's on me. Alright, here's some glue. Use it for, it's like modeling glue, but it's really good for plastics and whatnot. So here we go. Be very generous with this dosage. Do this side as well. Okay. And the secret weapon. Which I'll set it up really fast. this guy. Extreme power. So I'm going to spritz it a couple times and immediately go to put it on. Hopefully it'll set up really fast. Boom, there's that. Set it immediately, hold it in place. Some of it is already, see, it's already set before. That was fast. That was way too fast of a setup. Hope. Super fast. It was a super fast setup. So I'm gonna try this. I'll drop these down in here. Just hoping that helps set it up quicker. All the line work. See if that'll help everything. So trial and error, I get an idea and I'm like, oh, that'll work, and we're finding out real time. That edge. Okay, so there's that. Now, seal up a couple of these with this guy, if I have any, actually any in here. Let's seal up these holes real quick. Looks like it's cashed out. Too bad. In the trash you go. if I got any more in here. You know, I always like to say, if everybody planned for everything to go wrong, that would always be the time when nothing would go wrong. I sealed most of these off with that little black 3D paint. Then I'll be going back through and resanding this area because I want this matted as well. And then I'm going to do some more like paint damage. Matter of fact, I'll do a little bit of sanding over here. Not as hardcore as the sanding I did on the other side. Matter of fact, I think I may actually, even though I just sealed that off, poke more holes all around it and just find like a small fine wire, just go through the entire outer edge and seal it all off. And then let's see, now that the scratches are a little more defined since I sanded it. And what can I do now? That'll be a little more fun. Old nasty broom bristle brush, a paper towel, and stuff that I put my paint on still and I haven't thrown away yet because I don't like to waste things. I'm going to do some distressing. Yes, use a little bit of red. Use a splash of brown. Be careful, guys. Mix this up a little bit. Okay. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to do the rim of the eye. Don't need that much black. Oh yeah, I want to point this out. This is awesome. I got this, I want to say I was like 16, 17 for like Christmas or a birthday. It is a, since it's Friday the 13th, my mom and my older sister Sarah made me a Raggedy Andy doll, but as Jason, and I have had it with me this whole time. Rode with me in my hearse, my van. Now he just hangs out with me in my craft room. When I'm trying to come up with ideas, I spitball ideas to him, see what he says, which isn't much because, you know, he's not real. So but he's still a good companion to have around when my wife's asleep, which she is right now. I had a brush. Here, I lost the brush. This one? This will work. Alright, so let's go ahead and gotta do the rim of the mask. Though a fun idea would be to do all of the holes, which I think I'm now going to do, now that I said it out loud. Will Arnett has now done the voice of Slade and Batman. Although even though he did Batman in what, 3 of the Lego movies now, I still just him going mind manipulation. This is awesome. I really liked him doing the voice of Slade. I love the fact that the Teen Titans kept mistaking him for Deadpool. That was fun. So, go over it one more time. And I'm gonna sand all this down too, because I believe he's got more of a matte finish. You don't, because you know he's an assassin. You don't want a glossy finish because it'd be shiny. You could be spotted in the shadows, so it wouldn't make sense. Although he is also wearing bright orange on the other side of his mask, so you could argue that too. Okay, so now I think I'll go ahead and just do all the holes here as well. And originally I was going to cover these up, and I'm just like, it makes it a little different. I hope if you're watching this, you are enjoying yourselves. I'm sorry if I'm not participating much. Since I'm focusing on this, I'm not really spending too much time looking to see if anybody's actually watching or commenting. And I apologize for that. I just hope you guys are enjoying watching this. Maybe you guys got your hands on a couple hockey masks, decided to join me. That would be cool too. It'd be cool if you did. It'd be real cool if you did. These circles are going to be uneven. Well, I'm an uneven person, so ninner. Paint the inside of that so you don't see the orange. I still think I'm going to seal the holes off completely on this side anyway, so this is one thing I was thinking about doing. I was like, well, maybe I should just put a layer of tape on this and then seal it off and paint it black, and I was like, nah, you'll see the lines. I'll bet I was right. I want to make sure I do the black first, because whenever you're weathering stuff and you're damaging stuff, you want to basically make it look how it would have looked if it was brand new before you start really taking it down. It's like a lot of my hockey masks I do, they're not film accurate, which I understand, but I also like to just, think like, what if Jason Voorhees was caught out in a hailstorm or something? Like, what would that look like? And just eviscerate the mask multiple times. You want a really nice weathered mask, because I've had somebody be like, so what do you do to make it look so weathered? And I'm like, layers, layer. You paint. After you paint a layer on, sand it, wipe it down, do stuff to it, fade it out, then put another layer on. Sorry about you guys watching the little tedious parts. Since I'm live, I can't really fast forward. God, that'd be awesome though. Nah, I wouldn't like that. You get bored too much, you fast forward too much, and then you're at the end of your life and you realize there's no rewind. It'd be good to have a pause sometime. God, that'd be a great ability for like a mild time manipulation. You just pause for a moment happens, you could pause for like 10 or 15 seconds, just to, even if it's as much as, I need to collect my thoughts real quick on something, or somebody asks you a question, you're afraid you may not think properly enough to answer it. Just hit that pause button real quick. Figure out what I was doing. Let me figure out what I was getting ready to say. Let me reword. If people were able to pause moments in their life and really think about what they were getting ready to do, or what they did, do you think they do the same thing? Do you think they go, yeah, I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have done that, or I shouldn't have said yes, or I should have said no, or maybe, so far, in my life right now, I'm pretty happy. Got an awesome wife. I have a great son. I have another awesome son that doesn't live with me, but he is awesome. I was feeling like Bob Ross right now, dude. The happy little circles. And it's still Friday the 13th. My goal is to get as much as this done before 12 o'clock. So I'm still within the theme of it being Friday the 13th. I hope if anybody is watching this, you guys are enjoying yourselves, enjoying watching me paint a silly mask. It's funny because according to YouTube, I shouldn't be doing this right now, but found a way through an app called Omelette to get on here using my phone, because right now Omelette thinks I'm just playing a game. Haha. Eventually they'll figure this out and fix this, as they would call it, a bug. I'll be back to trying to find, 1,000 subscribers. It's the other thing though, everything on this everything on my phone right now that I'm filming gets mirrored, so I'm wondering. There's a guy named Kevin Williams that used to own the phone number that I have. So I'm wondering what kind of texts. And yeah, recently he's been getting spammed with a lot of texts. People at Amazon saying that he spent $800-900 and he's going to fix that, or there's been porn sites randomly texting me stuff. I'm like, that's Kevin, that's not me. Which he's probably more likely he's signing up for like junk stuff, but he's still using his old phone number, which, you know, makes sense. Because then they leave you alone, they'll bother me. Sorry, I fell asleep there. Okay. Just wanted to I like how the glue dried on those edges, so I'm trying to see if I can clean it up by redoing. There's that so far. And now I'm gonna do a little bit of damage and weathering. I got this right here, so just put a little bit on there and just go until there's not too much left. And then do it mostly over all the damage marks. A little bit more. You want to do it to where there's not too much left. And there's a little bit where it's not dry and it's kind of running down into where I'm going at, but I'm fine with that. I need some right here. Just still in the fun. Do the like grinding that damage. These are those throwaway brushes anyway, so you see how the bristles are getting. I don't mind. I'll still even use it like probably 3 or 4 more times before I finally pitch it. A little black in here too. Just try out any colors, you know. Dip a little black in there just to see what would happen. And so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna go ahead and dull this area down a little bit. You hear all that cracking is because the even though that stuff is good for plastic, it's not good for flexible plastic, is what I'm now finding out. So, I'll find a different method. And when I do, I'll let you guys know what I did. I'm pretty happy. With that. Slade. So cool. Yeah, I think I'm happy with it. I think I'll making the cracking noises, but it's still kind of holding well enough to where I think when I do the head straps and stuff for it, it should still hold pretty well. I don't know, we'll find out. Probably take some black and go right around here. Matter of fact, I'll do that right now. Since I got you guys here, I'll just go ahead and do that. Is getting loose in some of these areas. Like I said, it's first, first time I've attempted to attach masks, multiple masks together. Like this. I've done ones where I call them Franken masks, and it was a bunch of just pieces of leftover Jason masks from other builds. And I attached them like puzzle piece style. I made 3. I sold all 3. Could do more like that, but I ran out of pieces of Jason S. So there you go. Well, all right, children. I think I'm gonna call it done on that. I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Overjoyed. I'm one of those guys, though, you know, because as I'm sitting there talking about how much I liked it, I'm like, well, you know, put a little more right here. You know, a lot more damage done around the. It's cracked in his nose and stuff. Of course, I want to put some more damage there. Okay, I'm calling it that. I'm very happy with that. All I gotta do is come up with some fun head straps, and it is done. So, alright. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. If you guys stuck around and watched it this long. I know I had fun. Slade. Yeah, I thought it was a good job on it. So, there you go. Happy Friday the 13th, guys. It is 11:52. I still got 8 minutes. So, poor connection detected, keeps flashing. So, God knows what else has been popping up while I've been on here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Just make sure that you do like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm at 193 subscribers. I'd love to hit 200 by the end of this month. So, all right. Have a good one.